Hey guys, Adam Hart here, AdamHartFitness.com. If you have a tight Achilles tendon or Achilles tendon pain, this can help. And even clubfoot as well. Someone asked me that they have clubfoot feet. When they squat, their heels don't touch the ground and they have a tight Achilles tendon, so here's how to help. To start off, we're going to go over stretches. If you have a tight Achilles tendon, if you have pain there, you actually don't want to stretch it because you can compress and hurt the tissues. So here's stretches if you don't have pain. It's just tight. A standing wall stretch, then bend your knee for your lower calf, go up to wall, place your heel against the wall, lean forward, go onto a step, let your heel sink, and then do one leg if you can handle it, sit down, bring the leg back that you want to stretch, and lean forward. And you can even bring your hands to the floor for a deeper stretch. If you're able to, go onto the floor, and I want you guys to bring that foot back, and then lean forward for an amazing lower calf stretch, and it helps your Achilles tendon. And you can bring your hands to the floor to progress that, make it harder. Also, do a lunge, keep your body upright, lean forward, to not only stretch the Achilles tendon, but really work ankle mobility, which will be restricted if you have a tight Achilles tendon. So remember, these are all things to do if you just have a tight Achilles tendon, but you don't have pain. I'm going to get to the pain bit soon. You could also use a slant board and lean forward, which replicates placing your foot against the wall. Now, even though it's pretty much the same thing, it might give you a different feel, and you might like that, and you might like the convenience of it, and you can hold on to something as you lean forward. So these are really great stretches to do if you have a tight Achilles tendon. And you'll notice that when you squat, your legs go forward a little bit, which stretches that Achilles tendon. So that slant board is going to help you with squatting. So now let's get into pain. If you have Achilles tendonitis. So first thing you want to do is just sit down, pinch it, and pull out. So you're pinching on either side of the Achilles tendon, and you're pulling out. So start with that before you get into all the strengthening exercises. Pull it out and go up your leg like that. Do circles and go up your leg. And then you're going to slide up and down. So you're relieving a ton of tension that you have there. You can also pull your foot back. Go gentle. Only do this if you can. And then repeat everything. Pull back, slide, do circles. That's the first thing. Roll your foot on a ball. Your foot has a ton of tension if you have Achilles tendon tightness or pain. Get this side of your arch. Get the bottom of your arch. You're going to press into different areas and then also roll it and get the whole of your foot and even get the back of your heel, the side of your heel, which has a ton of tension that you may not think, and then the very bottom of your heel when your foot is flat. And then just get the whole entire foot. Basically stop wherever you feel tightness. And then massage your calves. Foam roll the calves. Use a massage gun. And press a hard ball. That's a lacrosse ball right there. Into your calf. Do all those things to loosen up your calf muscles. And all of that is going to help your Achilles tendon. If you use a massage gun, don't point at it. Point down. Start up high. Then go down towards your Achilles tendon. Stop wherever you have pain. If you can get down the whole way, do that. But if you have pain, then that will be your range of motion that you work with. So even though this isn't your Achilles tendon, all the surrounding areas hold a lot of tension and you're getting rid of all that tension. You're going to be doing this every single day. Foam roll the calf, get the side of your calf, press a ball down into your calf. Now we're going to get to the strengthening exercises. Sit on a chair and just raise your feet up. You're not going to do any stretch. If you have pain there, you're not going to stretch the Achilles tendon. You're going to do that much later on. I'll show you when to do that. Then go ahead and do isometric holds. So isometric strengthening. You're going to go up and hold it, and you're also going to go slow up and slow down. If you don't have the strength to go slow up, then use momentum or hold on to something to pull you up and just work the eccentric portion, which is eccentric strengthening. That's going to be huge. It's one of the most important things to get you better. Okay, now we're going to get into foot strengthening exercises. You're going to do a band stretch, point it forward, and then pull back. So plantar flexion and then dorsiflexion. 3 sets of 10. Gentle circles either way. Write each letter of the alphabet as another exercise. And then tau feet curls. 20 reps. All of this and the ankle rehab I'm going to show you later is all recommended by the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons. Now we're going to get into ankle physical therapy. So even though this isn't exactly Achilles tendon, all of this helps with strengthening your Achilles tendon and building stability there. So you lack a lot of strength and stability there, while also getting a lot of blood flow to your Achilles tendon. So right now your foot is unstable and weak, so you're getting everything strong, like your ankle and your feet. So that's what we're doing here. So the first thing we're going to do is a band stretch hold. 2 sets of 10, hold for 30 seconds, then rest for 30 seconds. So unlike that, you're going to hold it. And then bring one foot in, 2 sets of 12. And then another exercise, put a band around your feet and just go outward. You can sit down on a bed or on the floor for that. And the last thing is pick up marbles with your feet and just place them to the side or place them in a box. And this is going to help with strengthening the feet, especially if you feel like you have cramps a lot in your feet. Bonus tip, place something in your shoes, like a cardboard, tissues, or the best thing to do is just buy a heel lift. And what that's going to do is raise your heel up in your shoe to release a ton of tension in your Achilles tendon as you're walking around. So you're going to be doing all these exercises, but as you're just walking around and going about life, you're also having some kind of heel lift in your shoe. So now we're going to get into the order of progression. So the first stage, which we've already covered, but I'm going to show you guys how to progress this. So the first stage is everything I showed you guys. Strengthening exercises like seated calf raises, holding it at the top, and working that eccentric portion, the towel curls, the ankle and feet rehab exercises, all those isometric holds and eccentric strengthening. Then the second stage, once you're used to all of that, then try to add weight. So you're going to add load to eccentric strengthening like the seated calf raises. If you can't do that, you're not ready for this stage, stay in stage 1, which is without any weight. And then you're going to try your calf raises with a weight, slow up and slow down, as well as just holding it. In the second stage, you're still doing the foot and ankle rehab exercises. And then we're going to get to the third stage, which is plyometric training, which is small bounces. Now, if you begin this, you do a couple reps, and your Achilles tendon talks to you, and you don't like that, and you have pain, you're not ready for this stage yet, you're going to go back to stage 2, okay? And in stage 2, you're bringing up the weight for all your eccentric strengthening, and you're getting stronger like that. And eventually, you're going to reach a point where you're strong enough to do plyometric training, which is bounces. So, in the third stage, you're doing plyometric training, small bounces, 3 sets of 10. You are trying to increase the bounces over time. So you're going to try to do like 3 sets of 15 and then like 4 sets of 15. So you're trying to increase the amount that you're doing. You're also increasing the weight for eccentric strengthening. So when you're on a chair and you're doing those seated calf raises. Then you're going to get to a point when you don't have Achilles tendon pain anymore, but your Achilles tendon isn't used to a load while it's being stretched. So at this point, you've been doing calf raises off the floor, but now I want you to do it off a ledge. But don't do any weight yet. This is the first time that you're stretching your Achilles tendon. So you're going to go on a ledge, and you're going to do a very small range of motion. You're not going to go all the way down. Just a small range of motion. Stick with that for at least 1 or 2 weeks. And then just increase that range of motion a little more. Listen to your body. See how your Achilles tendon is, okay? Once you're used to that, then I want you to add little bounces, plyometric training, off a ledge. So you've done plyometric training, bounces, but you haven't done that when your heel has stretched. So now you're going to do that. And then over time, you're going to get a deeper stretch by adding weight to your calf raises and adding weight to your bounces, which is the 5th stage here. So the 5th stage, you're going to add a low weight to your calf raises with a stretch. And I want you to only do a small stretch. And over time, you're going to try to stretch more and more with that weight, but don't change the weight until you're used to going all the way down in the stretch. Then, when you're used to going all the way down in the stretch with your heel, then you're going to add weight. Like you're going to hold a dumbbell that's a little heavier, and you're going to get used to that. And then we're going to talk about prevention, so the prevention stage. So the most important one is the seated calf raise machine. So even though you're used to doing calf raises off a ledge, you're not used to the seated calf raise, which is going to just be a different feel on stretching your Achilles tendon with a load. So get really good at this. Put this in your routine. Get used to that. Another thing is be very careful with loading the Achilles tendon more than you're used to. Like suddenly playing a hard game of basketball, which is known for sprinting out of that position and putting a ton of tension on your Achilles tendon. Do all the Achilles tendon stretches I showed in this video. And I think it would be a smart idea for a while to keep doing your ankle and feet rehab exercises, or at the very least, do towel crunches with your feet and pick up marbles with your feet so you have that little intrinsic muscle strength in your feet and your ankles. I think that will go a long way. And keep doing all your stretches. So now we've covered what to do when you have a tight Achilles tendon, what to do when you have pain in your Achilles tendon, and now we're going to get into the specific comment that actually prompted me to make this, which was, what do you do when you have clubbed feet? I was born with clubbed feet. When I squat, my heels don't stay touching the ground due to a tight Achilles tendon. That's how tight it is. You can't even get his heels on the ground. What are stretches that can help with this? So one is a slant board and holding on to something. If you actually face the opposite way, that's going to help you with squatting. So facing it helps the Achilles tendon, but facing it this way is going to help you with squatting. So I would do both. When you squat, that's going to help you to keep those heels down because they're higher. Now the only thing is when you do this, keep in mind to use less weight than normal because you're going to place more tension in your knees than normal. But to help negate that, you're going to push your butt out really far. And then roll your foot on a ball, go onto a BOSU ball or balance board, and then add distractions like forward and backward, side to side, and moving your feet in half circles and out even further, as well as picking up marbles. And the towel crunch would also work, as well as pulling the foot back and pressing down with your finger. And then press down into the side of your arch. And this is going to be helpful whether or not you have club feet or not, because we hold a lot more tension than you think there, and even the base of your foot, and then move your foot around while you're pressing down. So all of that will help with a club foot, and even if you don't have club feet though, you can do that. That'll really help you guys release a lot of tension in your feet. So there you have it, guys. To review, we've gone over stretches for a tight Achilles tendon, what to do with Achilles tendonitis, so if you have pain there, and emphasizing the fact that you shouldn't stretch it when you have pain there, because you don't want to damage the tissues. Only stretch it once you don't have pain, but ease into all your stretches. And then lastly, what to do if you have club feet. Hope this helps, guys. I'm going to put all this on my website, AdamHartFitness.com, so you can use that as an easy reference so you can see everything. And if you're looking for more stretches, by the way, and even your feet, I do have a book with 150 stretches on stretches you're actually going to use that'll help you before and after your workouts to feel better and prevent injuries. So check that out if you're looking for more stretches. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope this helps. And to the individual, the specific guy that asked me about the club feet, hope this helps you, man. Comment below what you need help with next, guys. And if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and comment, subscribe for more, and thanks for watching.